intersection of my deepest needs. You were there, I knew, now you know.
Hi there, Scorpio. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome to your weekly reading. Back with me again, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. For those of you who are new to my channel, wow, hello. And for those of you who have been a long time, welcome back. So yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, this is going to be a relationship spread, and you could always apply this with anyone in your life. It could be with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, exes, crushes, fiance, family members, anyone. I'm basically just going to be picking up your relationship energy in general. All right, and don't forget to also check your sun, moon, or Venus sign, because for me personally, I realized that with my readings I resonate a lot more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign, but probably because my Venus is in the 8th house along with my north node there. I don't really know, but if it doesn't resonate, then it just doesn't resonate. All right, there's so many amazing talented tarot readers out there for you to just click and watch. Okay, so something divinely, wow. So something that is very, very divine had happened to you in the past, because you have 4 major arcanas there, and you have a Hermit, World, Hierophant, Strength, and also in your overall energy, you have a Wheel of Fortune. So it's interesting. That means 5 cards in and now. But anyway, let's talk about that now. You have that 5 of Swords. So 5 of Swords talks about a cutting off of somebody, because you guys got hurt with the 10 of Swords in there, and you try to analyze things, and you try to think things not based off of your heart, not based off of what you emotionally inclined to do, but instead of doing so, you're very logical right now. You guys are very, very cerebral. And I feel like, especially in 1 to 2 weeks to come, there is like a lot of feel-good moment that is happening with you two, especially with the Wheel of Fortune or Jupiter there ruling your overall energy. That means that there's like a lot of beautiful thing that is happening in your way. And the thing is that this person is going to get the impression like, wow, how can a relationship problem that is happening in and now not affect you as much as it does affect me? Because if it hasn't happened now, it's probably going to happen like really, really soon, where this person is going to overthink it. And it's like you guys are going to be celebrating something with the 4 of Wands in here, but this person is going to be looking at it like, wow, I feel shitty, and you are celebrating, Scorpio. So they're that's how they're feeling right now. Right now actually. So whoever it is that you're dealing with, especially if you guys are dealing with one person, yeah, this person is going through a lot, in which in the past this person went through a spiritual journey. So everything that is happening in their life was so that they could have a more intimate relationship with themselves, because they came up with the 9 of Cups in reverse in here. 9 of Cups in reverse is not really a good card to be in a relationship, because in order for us to be in a healthy relationship, we have to have a healthy relationship with ourselves first. You know what I mean? And whatever happened with this person in their life in the past was a way away from God or universe himself, you know, to teach them about how to have a much more intimate and interpersonal with themselves, so that they could be much more happy with themselves and start to see things in a very, very realistic point of view, you know, to deal with things their own. That's what Saturn, you know, with the World card in here, try to teach them to be much more disciplined, to be much more consistent or persistent, to be much like a lot tougher. You know, they were dealing with disappointment, something they were trying to manifest didn't come to fruition. So they were going through a tough period. And I feel like you know about this, because you feel that, you know, when they needed their space, you were like strength, you know, like you exercise like a lot of your patience. You try to be patient for them and all that. And you try to come up with the solutions or try to solve their problem with that Ace of Swords in there. But again, this person is going through a lot. And in the now, I feel like you have had it. I feel like you guys really have had it, and you're going to be celebrating a success or an acknowledgement or what have you, but you're going to come up with the Queen of Wands. So, and what this person is doing is basically like the 9 of Wands. So it's like, wow, now you're celebrating. I don't understand how a Queen of Wands like you, there is a bit of intimidation. You know what I mean? Like they feel a bit intimidated by your fiery nature. And although you guys are Scorpio, but you're going to be much more like a wand people. To some of you, though, this person is also thinking that you guys are so hot, you guys are so magnetic, you guys are so interesting, and they're unsure because, like, well, if you're like that, that means that I have like a lot of competition. I don't know how to go about it because, you know, this person, because they went through a lot in the past, there's a little bit of a sense of fatigue from their side as well, in which they're thinking like, I don't know if I should invest in it or not. There's a lack of confidence in there too. If I do it again one more time, will it succeed next time, or will I end up getting hurt like the last time? You know, so they're overthinking it. They're denying. 9 is a bit tough, but after 10 comes to full circle, and then it gives a birth to 1, right? So it's okay. If you guys are cross watchers, you're gonna go through it. It's fine. Let's see what happens in the future. We'll get into the 2 people scenarios in the last portion of the reading, all right? What's funny is that this person, in the past, when you guys were either cutting them off or you were being kind of like quite harsh towards them, that's a 5 of Swords, you know, it's a brush. They were like the World card. They tried to get you off their mind. But something that is happening in the now, the energy that is happening in the now, made them drawn to you again. And when they're trying to find out what is going on with you or what have you, they see you guys are celebrating or are going to be celebrating something. And they're like, wow, like it doesn't really affect you as much as it affects me. Like I feel shady. It's very hard for me to get up in the morning to do something about it. And yet you are out there, Scorpio, celebrating. Like I'm not pointing fingers at you. I'm just like explaining what I'm feeling in the things that I'm reading. You know what I mean? Like, because people get to misunderstand what I'm doing sometimes. But anyway, in the future, this person will try to emotionally connect with you because this person feels that you guys, both of you, has starting to grow further and further apart. They're looking back at nostalgia and they're seeing like, wow, like me and Scorpio, you know, we're so different now. I haven't really talked to them, or like I really want to be close to them again. And they would want to open that line of communications, and they would want to open that line of emotional vulnerability. So hard to pronounce. But yeah, so they would want to do that, but you guys are like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Why now? Where were you when I was exercising like a lot of my patience, but you were distancing yourself? So I get your point of view. I get their point of view as well. Now that I'm celebrating something, now that I'm feeling a lot better of myself, because the thing is that this person didn't know the struggle that you went through in order to get to a positions that you are in and now, or you're going to be in like in the near future. You know, being that Queen of Wands, being somebody who's very, very celebratory, on top of the world, celebrating something, you know, having this acknowledgement, having this high drive and high ambitions and all that stuff, right? So now that I'm focusing on my star, now I'm focusing on, you know, what I'm happy to do and what I think I'm destined to do. Now you want to go back being lovey-dovey and emotional with me again. I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, because I feel like you guys are going to be very busy. You want to do things very fast. You want to well, it's kind of like impossible to travel fast these days, right? But you just want to do things fast. You always want to be on the go. And you feel that this emotional lovey-doveyness that is coming from their side is just like hindrance. You know, you're such a hindrance. Like, I'm so busy. I'm busy doing something, and that yet you want to be like this to me. So it's kind of weird. It's something that you wanted to have from them in the past, a little bit in and out. But when the time come, when they, become emotionally vulnerable to you, you just get so annoyed by it. Because it's like if you would feel that in the future you have the world at the palm of your hand and you're trying to... Kenapa lah? Ya udah, nanti ya. Tutup nak? Okay. So you have the world at the palm of your hand and you try to, plan your future life, and yet here they are. You feel you're just going to be annoyed by it. You know what I mean? What people don't understand is that I think for Scorpios and Sagittarius, we don't really show whenever we're hurt. We struggle in silence. You did your struggle and then you came to the top, either in and now already or in the future. They think that it didn't matter to you, but it did. So you just be very, very annoyed by it, all right? So that is it if you guys are dealing with one person. What happens if you guys are single and ready to mingle and make effort to not be single? You're going to have people from your past coming back to you in which you're going to be so annoyed by. And then there's going to be one particular person, probably like a water sign, or somebody with the water rising sign, because this person is very intuitive. This person is very emotional. This person has a way when they communicate with other people to connect to other people and relate to other people really easily. But with this person, because you guys are so focused on your work or you guys are so focused on your goals, you just be like distance, like, okay, you're an interesting specimen, you're an interesting human being, but it's just that I understand you might be a nice person, but I'm not just going to be letting you in. I'm going to, take some time to figure whether I'm going to let you in or not. All right, so now let's proceed to two people scenarios, meaning that if you guys are only dealing with one person, you already end a few seconds ago. All right, so in the past, person A had some social distancing that they wanted it to do. They were wanting to have a deeper relationship with themselves, a deeper, meaningful relationship with themselves. There was like a lot of things that was going on in their life. And with this person, I feel like you guys are exercising like tons and tons of your patience with this person. But in the now though, because here's the thing, person A has a little bit of a self-esteem issue. They're still recovering from the thing that were happening in their life in the past. So in the now, you guys, again, like it's still similar to the one person scenarios. You guys are going to be celebrating something. You guys are going to be feeling so good about yourself. You would want to dress more impressively. You would want to, like, you guys are the Queen of Wands, you know what I mean? And they would feel like, wow, I don't know how to do about this. Like, they feel kind of like worthless in a sense, that they feel intimidated because you're such like so high up and they're having like a little bit of a self-esteem issue. So they don't know what to do about it. And even if you guys are still communicating with them and you're communicating with them, you know, being very, very assertive about what is it that you want, they're having like a little bit of a hesitancies simply because of their fears and, you know, their low self-esteem. In the future, this person is going to notice that you guys are walking further and further apart, and this person is going to try to communicate it with you, and you're going to be annoyed by it because you're like, what the hell are you talking about? When I'm trying to be assertive with you and do all this stuff, you choked. You give it a second thought. Now that I couldn't care less about what the hell is going on with you and I'm focusing a lot on myself, now you're trying to tell me something. You know, you guys are going to be like that. How about person B? A person B is somebody who is a lot more mature. I'm not going to say older, but a lot more mature in a way to deal with problems than person A. Okay, so that's person B. With person B, I feel like you guys had a strong mental connection with, right? The talking was good. You feel that this person is very, very smart and all that. But this person, though, in terms of a relationship, they also had a bit of hesitancies when it comes to opening up. Because what they're looking for deep down inside is like a strong emotional connections. And the way that you come off to them is that you only want to have fun. So be careful. Like, even though you wanted to have an emotional connection with this person, but the energy that you're giving off for them is like you guys are playful. So they're having like a little bit of a trust issues when it comes to that. But in the future, however, when they're starting to build their trust for you and they're starting to open up, being the Queen of Cups, for some reason, you guys are no longer interesting because you are obsessing over your own goals and your own inspiration. You guys are going to be like, yeah, this person is interesting. This person might match me in terms of emotional, you know, connection because you guys came up at being the King of Cups and now they're like the Queen of Cups in the future. You think of that, but you're like, I don't know what to do about it. I'm going to take like a very, very slow time to figure out what to do with this person and all that. All right. So I think that is it for my reading for you, Scorpio. I hope that you had tons and tons of clarity that you've been looking for. And I hope that you have a really great week ahead. All right. Bye-bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.
If I love you and you love me, let's plant a seed, watch it grow into a tree, baby. Why don't we grow some nectarines, baby? Why don't we grow a little